Hello everyone, my name is Cadet Chantelle Lara and I am going to be talking about my CTLT experience at Fort Liberty. So this is the agenda for today's presentation. If you'd like to take a moment to read through all of these. Towards the end, I'm going to give you guys my biggest takeaways from this experience. So I was able to have the amazing opportunity of shadowing 3 different officers. So I got to shadow a armor officer, an infantry officer, and an MI officer. The unit that I was assigned to was the 373 Cav, 82nd Airborne Division. So the first thing that I did when I got there was that I learned about FLIPL. FLIPL is essentially investigation of property loss. I also got to learn about the DA 2404 form, which deals with equipment in general. So on the right, these are just me taking pictures of what I saw at the motor pool. Range day. Range day was one of the most important times at CTLT. I learned a lot about range safety and range qualification and how to run the range and the tower. So first things first is that you have to have a range qualification card and you have to go through all these classes about range safety, how to operate the range, and all of that. So I also included the FM manual, the Chapter 9 range operations. We learned about Tracer, which is the electronic program that controls the targets that go up and down range, and just the tabling sequence of each table. So this is the S2 shop. It was located at the headquarters of the unit that I was in. So I got to learn about SIPR, JWICS, the military decision-making process, and intelligence preparation of the battlefield. These are all the bread and butter of being an MI officer. And I thought it was very interesting because that's what I wanted to be. So infantry live fire. I had the greatest opportunity to go see this. So this is where I got to see small unit tactics. I got to see a real life medevac where someone actually got hurt. There's these realistic moving targets that roll around in wheels. As you can see, it's the middle picture on the right. They've told me that at the 82nd, they have the realist simulation of combat. And the reason why they do all of these FTXs is to prepare for ROTC at Fort Polk. That's where they do a month-long FTX. BAR. So this means basic airborne refresher. It's mandatory for soldiers who have not had the airborne jump within the last 6 months. So at the BAR, you got to learn more about like PLFs, rigging your harness and your ruck, exiting procedures, and how to use the equipment, such as the T11 slips and the reserve. This is my CH-47 jump. Motor live fire. So I learned about gunnery, fire support, how they calculate, and how they are able to fire each of the motors. I also got to call for fire on one of the exercises that they did, and I talked to an LT that was an FSO. Final takeaways. I think that CTLT is an amazing opportunity. Anyone should try to take up CTLT. Networking is one of the biggest things. I got to meet a whole bunch of people, high ranking and low ranking, and just basically everything in between. I still contact them to this day, and I had a lot of learning opportunities while I was out there at the 82nd. I think this is the closest thing to the real deal. So I genuinely believe that CTLT has shaped me for the better and has prepared me for what's to come to being a lieutenant. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Hopefully you guys learned something new, and I will check back with you guys some other time. Thank you so much for your time.